SV saying good luck. Sodium saying good luck. Arbaro saying good luck. Let's get this shindig started. For top of the bar. Has the well opened again, but needs a bar right now. He's not going to get it. And there it is. That well reopened. If he can hit the fight, get that J all the way over. He cannot. Looks like he's topping out. Sodium will top out at 1132. Relatively safe lumber Tetris. That's gonna do it. Needs something to the left side, and it's not gonna happen. Sodium tops out at 91,000 points. SV is good for game number 3 in the set. Man.
Division 1 game of Season 28 between Coal Bucket and Sodium Overdose will get started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Introducing our players on the left. Rolling out of the United States with an NTSC PB of 4,222,000. Welcome in Coal Buckets. And on the right, a roller with a official PB of 2,108,000. Welcome in Sodium Overdose. Excellent start to the match with a drought. Not what you want to see early, but players are navigating it just fine. Yeah, this is quite late, Kirby. It's fine though. We had some tech issues to get started today. Early lead for Cole, 92,000 to 55. And of course, while these players are moving along on level 18 here, I do want to remind everyone of that Division 1 prize pool. Currently stands at $400. That's the number in the lower left. This will remain open throughout the playoffs and probably for a couple days afterwards to make that grow. And that goes towards the top 4 players of the season, of which these 2 are in contention. And these players are surviving long droughts. 35 piece there. Just to stay alive and get into the playoffs and get a good share of that prize pool. It goes to top 4 players only. Exclamation point Matcherino is the command that you can use in chat to get a link to the Matcherino site where you can perform sponsor quests or contribute actual real life dollars, American or otherwise. So support your players. They appreciate it. It helps them go to events and afford things like school. Tetris for Sodium will put them in the lead, 242 to 239, but Cole back by 4 lines will regain the lead there. If Cole wins, he gets a better seed, and if Sodium wins, he makes playoffs, and Miles does not. That's correct. Gerald says it paid for his masters. There you go. Another Tetris for Cole. Cole still sporting about an 18,000 point lead as we're halfway through level 18 in our first match of the night. This is our only Div 1 match because this is the only one left. All the others are completed. And all we're deciding here is seeding for Cole and playoff fates for Sodium and Miles. Yeah, that's it. That's the, like, scores doesn't matter at this point. Rogue Potato, thanks for the $12.34, bringing us up to $412.34. Yeah, any tiebreakers, like, for example, the Cole-Cobra tiebreaker would go to Cobra, so Cole can't just win 2 games and be tied on points. He'd still be 6th. In Sodium's case, Sodium has the tiebreaker over Miles, so if he wins 3-2, he'll get that tiebreaker. So a 3-2 is a valid score for him to steal that last playoff spot. We're past the 100-line turn. Cole having a real-time lead here despite being back in lines. Pace lead's about a Tetris and a half. And these are some pretty good scores, too. 517 for Cole, 505 for Sodium. Both potential 600 transitions. Another Tetris for Sodium. And Cole will respond. Cole actually could get a 650 here. But not with that T. In fact, both players running into a very small bit of traffic. And both will clear it up quickly. Another Tetris for Cole. And again, Tetris, Cole at 587. 2 more Tetrises available. Sodium at 554. Add a Tetris, go to 577. And we'll go in at 601. Cole just going to wait out this drought. There's a bar for the Tetris. Already at 600,000. And we'll go into 19 at 634. So a 33,000 point transition lead for Cole Bucket. Here we go. Level 19. Speeds ramp up. We'll have another speed increase at 29 and a lethal speed increase at 39. Awkward board here for Cole is really dependent on some tucks and didn't get the right pieces to fill it out cleanly, so it's going to be digging here on level 20. That should allow Sodium to potentially take the lead here, depending on how long this dig takes. That was quite the adjustment, but misses a spin. Cole usually so confident on those spins, even on 19. Rare that you see him miss one. Gilded Lizard, thanks for the $7.66 contribution. To bring us to 420, because of course. Hey now. Dirty Tetris for Cole. Sodium has a lead, though, 60,000 points. That is ahead by 6 lines, so really it's still kind of neck and neck. Tetris for both players simultaneously. You can call it a simul Tetris even. 89,000 point lead for Sodium. But is also ahead by 10 lines. Yeah, I'm kind of curious why Gilded Lizard didn't just add 69 cents to that. Like that would have been the play. Level 25. Sodium goes into 26 at 989. Has taken the lead here. Trout coming in here. Sodium looking for a bar to get this max. Might just have to burn into the max. There it is. 1 million into level 27. Cole's just hoping he can clean this up. Goes into 27. Gets the bar to clean it up. Sodium about to hit 29 in 5 lines. Cole's about 10 lines behind that. Cole into the max out, into 28 as well. 100,000 point lead for Sodium. Oh, this is bad for Sodium. This is very high up on the board. Really just hoping that a last Tetris here will help. But now has to burn it down because the bar didn't come in time. But he is burning this down. Something's got to go left, though. Has to make the 5-tap on the T, and it works. Oh, but is going to miss to the left. And Sodium is going to top out at 1,136,000. Cole, you need B37. And one more line will do it. There it is. Cole is good for game number 1. Oof, okay. That's rough. Having a quick tap instead of using the thumb as part of the roll. Like, there are players that make it work, but if you're not used to it, it's not as fast. Level 36 for Cole. Getting that kill screen play in. Score that Tetris gets the E. What is the E, you may ask? Well, we see 1.4 million, but the players will see E13, E15, E16. Since they only have a 6-digit display, usually. This is so aggressive from Cole. I love it. Gets that Tetris down the middle. And maybe one more here. Come on, Bar. Where you at? There you are. There's a Tetris for the F. 1,521,000. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, they're good. Did Sodium start on level 8? I think that's what happened. Cole will be on the board first. So Tetris for Sodium. Yeah, because isn't the thing with V5 seeds that on V4, you'll just get the same piece sequence over and over? Like 8-piece sequence or something? Wait, did something happen on Transition Rush today? Or last week? Because that wasn't a... I don't think that was a V5 seed. We have a drought coming in here. Both players, about 2/3 of the way up the board, taking their burns, waiting on a long bar that's just not coming. T-spin for Cole, but had to go Z flat. And Sodium will get the bar down the right side for the Tetris right as his board was getting into danger territory. Get some nice clears there, too. And Sodium should be fine. So out of that early panic there, Sodium has the lead, 113 to 91. You know how I resolve that? I use the level counter rather than the grid. Cole happy with that solve. 182 for Sodium, 121 for Cole. You wouldn't say that if you saw a lot of my Tetris there, Gilded. Ooh, we have a Vitz here for Sodium, and it's gonna solve that. Setting it up in column 7 from the opposite side. Gets it done. And simul Tetris there. Beautiful solve from Sodium. Halfway through level 18, and it's an 82,000 point lead for Sodium, 273 to 191. Bit of a mess there for Cole. Looks like it was a missed S. Just didn't go over all the way. But Sodium also in a bit of a dig here, so Sodium can get out of it first, as Cole is not getting the piece that he wants. That's the piece that he wanted, one piece after the long bar showed up. The L would have fit in there perfectly. It's the key tuck. Kind of a reverse key tuck, really. Tetris for Sodium, who has amassed a 6 Tetris lead early on here. And is just not looking back. Dirty Tetris for Cole, though. Column 8 has opened up, but it's going to just plug it with a long bar. Well, just trying to get this board settled down. Just can't quite find the right pieces to fix this parity issue. And get set up, of course, right in the middle of a drought. See how long this one is. There's the bar. There's the Tetris. This is a one-sided affair. 199,000 is the lead for Sodium. Sodium will have a potentially mid to upper 500,000 transition. 3 more Tetris. Actually, it could still be a 600, right? It's the bar over. We'll get the Tetris. Cole, meanwhile, will have to settle with a mid to low 400. Sodium ready to go. Just needs the bar. And we'll just single in 578. And Cole will double in at 427. So 150,000 point lead for Sodium. Of course, Cole, no stranger to big chase downs. One of Meme's very few game losses this season came in a massive chase down from Cole Bucket. And this score is starting to approach the level that was. Another Tetris for Cole, though, will drop the lead within 200,000 points on a similar line count. Cole just cannot seem to get a clean board. Finally, something resembling a clean board here. It looks really good at the moment. Let's see if it stays that way. 800,000 for Sodium, 549 for Cole. That's a 250,000 point lead. Tetris for Cole. Cole again scoring Tetris as Sodium. Having a bit of trouble with his board now, so maybe an opportunity here for Cole to get things in a position where he can score and maybe pull some of this lead back. But of course, now's the time that the drought shows up, and that gives Sodium more than enough time to get clean. Dirty Tetris for Cole. And it looks like he's committing to this column 1. Nice C flat there. But everything else is kind of garbage. What are these pieces? Oh, Cole going for another off-column thing here, but it's just going to have to put the long bar down because that was not setting up nicely. 943 for Sodium, 692 for Cole. Cole's going to need some 29. Let's just say he's going to need some 29. See if he can do it. Sodium has the max out 1,019,000 and a 300,000 point lead. Another Tetris for Sodium. Look at this, 10 Tetris lead. And here we go. He's got the B. 1,127,000 into level 29. And Cole's going to be a little short of that at 804. Oh, a missed rotation there from Sodium. This board might be starting to fall apart a little bit. Nope, he's getting it down. Good placements there. Gets the 5-tap over. And Sodium is down to the bottom. 300,000 point lead remains. Cole is going to start to try to chase us down with the Tetris. The difference is 6 Tetrises, 7 Tetrises. Cole, some nice burns in there. But both players still kind of digging here. Level 32. Oh, and Sodium's going to top out. 1,213,000. Cole Bucket, you're in a chase down. You need C14. C14. Uh-oh. Need to get something in there, and finally does. What goes left, though? Something's got to go left. He was waiting a long time on that square, and that's going to be unsurvivable. Sodium's going to tie it up at 1. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So Cole able to take game 1 on a short chase down, but a considerably longer chase down was a bit too much. Knight's like, you don't like sushi? I'm like ambivalent about it. Like, I'll eat it to be polite. I don't hate it, but there's better things you can eat. Tyler has a worrying relationship with ketchup. We may or may not be probing that relationship a bit later. We'll have to see. Cole having some awkward pieces come in the middle of this column 3 attempt. Gets the bar, and we'll score the Tetris and then just open up the right side. Ooh, opts to put the square right rather than keep it open for the Tetris. That was an adjustment too, so interesting. $165 for Sodium, 144 for Cole. Pretty close to the opening going, just a sub-Tetris lead for Sodium. Sodium's board's got columns 3 and 4 in a bit of a jam. And so, Cole getting up pretty high. Gets the line spin, though. That will help tremendously. There's a column 3 Tetris for Sodium. Very nice. And it's going to set up a Vits and transition to column 4. There's the Vits. And there's the column 4 Tetris. That's some good, efficient play there from Sodium. But now has a bit of a conundrum here. What do you do with these pieces? Figures it out. Gets that well back open. It's going to just chop it down a little bit because there's no bar. Finally, a bar shows up for the Tetris. Cole is caught up. It's a 380-point game as Cole pulls off a Vits. Cole in the lead by half of a single. And then Sodium takes that half single away and makes a few more burns to make it less clear. Cole very high up on the board here. Needs to burn something. 30 piece plus drought for both players. Those are almost piece for piece. Cole covers the well. He's not going to be able to use the long bar. This is worrying. But he's going to get that L. And we'll open on the right side right before the bar shows up. Bang! Huge Tetris for Cole right there. And he's got the lead for the moment. Another Tetris for Cole. Chat really reacting to that one. That was very dangerous for Cole. But Cole is still alive. And we're back to a nearly neck-and-neck pace. Cole will hit the 100 line turn at 395. Sodium is back in line, so it's going to take a minute for him to catch up. But I think Cole's going to have the lead at 100. Yeah, 362 for Sodium. So Cole has taken the lead. Stolen Short Sword says, I don't think I can do that on level 9. Get a little hydration in before level 19 comes. Sodium trying to stay efficient, getting the Tetrises wherever he can. Kind of been his calling card this season. And Sodium will just finally open up the right side in preparation for level 19, which is coming in 3 Tetrises. 51,000 point lead for Cole. We'll add another Tetris to that. So both players' boards are clean and ready to start scoring. There's a score for Sodium. Cole 1 Tetris away from 19. There it is. 537 for Cole. Oh, Sodium missing a spin there right before 19. Just going to play 1 row up, because why not? Gets the bar. Will score the Tetris. 486. Cole has opened up a bit of a lead here. Awkward board for Sodium, but he just makes those things look so easy to solve. Might have been a missed line spin there, I'm not sure. We'll score the Tetris down column 8, but Sodium now has a lot of cleanup to do. Cole is clean and has been scoring. He's got the Devil's score at 666, 543 for Sodium, level 21. Tetris for Cole again. Sodium still cleaning this up. Opens up that well in column 8, and we'll take the triple to bring this board all the way to the bottom. So kind of reversed roles this game. 100, and now it's a 200,000 point lead for Cole. This time it's going to be Sodium playing from behind. We'll see how he handles this. Tetris for both players. Another Tetris for Cole. And Cole's just slamming down Tetris after Tetris right now, although, ooh, didn't have the spin tuck ready in time with that T. So Cole's going to be cleaning up a little bit. Sodium could have an opportunity here to bring some of those points back. Tez, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. We're in game number 3 of our first match. And Sodium's trying to make a game of it here, because Cole has been digging the last 2 levels. $9.10 for Cole, $7.99 for Sodium. Sodium back by only 3 lines. And, ooh. Okay, opens up the right side, closes it down immediately. Cole with the Tetris to get down. Another Tetris for Sodium. We're about to hit level 29 in a moment. Another misaligned spin, this time by Cole. Ooh, yeah, that was the wrong adjustment there. But we'll get the bar over for the Tetris into 29 at 993. Sodium, who's down by 200,000, is caught up to 920. But now here we go, level 19. Uh-oh. Let's do that and hope it works. All right, we lost connection with Sodium's NTC. So keep playing. We'll figure out what to do once it's all said and done. Yeah, unfortunate. Normally, if I just punt him out of the room and bring him back in, that usually works, but it's not working here. This is the Sodium Dan V match all over again. Did this happen in that match? Oh, the capture's dead? Okay. Well, they both still appear to be playing at the very least, so no idea what the score difference is. Although Cole... Oh, never mind. It came back, and Cole is good. Three, two, one. Tetris. Nope, Miles is not guaranteed now. Sodium owns the tiebreaker. If Sodium goes 3-2, they will both land on 25 points. Sodium will have a 4-3 match record. Miles will have a 3-4 match record. And that would mean Sodium would make the playoffs. Cole, meanwhile, at 30 points, with this set being taken into account, is at a tie with Cobra that Cobra has the tiebreaker on should he not win any more games. So the set is as simple as win to change your seed. Oh, I would like that J. I thought he was going to double flip it for a second, but no, he just stood it up. And basically kind of reverse OJ'd. $104 for Sodium, 102 for Cole. Well, just think that you get to play Scooty in the playoffs. And you could be the one to end Scooty's reign of dominance here in CTL. He's only won the last 3 seasons. And a ridiculous number of CTMs at about the same time. Tetris for Cole. This is neck and neck, 3,000 point lead for Sodium. Sodium, great dirty Tetris there to clean up the right side. He's been doing a lot of that in this set. Just gonna plop a square down in columns 1 and 2. Things get a little hairy now as we are in another drought that ends just as I say it's a drought. All right, right side open for Sodium. There's a Tetris. Cole with a Tetris. Cole now with a 35,000 point lead. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like so many people in the Tetris community, and like CTM last month, I had to play someone that was in my TMP division, and kind of the same thing this month. Someone that was in my last TMP division. There's a million people out there that qualified for CTM. Yeah, in my small division of 5. Let's play 2 of them back to back. 409 for Cole. 378 for Sodium. Make it 432 for Cole. A 2.5 Tetris lead. As we have passed the 100 line turn. Don't forget, after this, we will see the conclusion of Division 3B. Where Violet is going to be a huge Falkite fan. We'll see what ends up happening over there. But right now, we have a wonderful score display issue. Yeah, you just got world record on Cole. Get wrecked. 539 for Cole, 506 for Sodium. Just NTC things. Another Tetris for Sodium. And there's Tetris is raining down for both players. Cole in about a 52,000 point lead, and Sodium with a messy board. So this lead could grow. Sodium's season on the line in this game. Another Tetris. Cole takes a double and will score a Tetris of his own. Sodium will get the board back to the bottom. Cole's going to opt to play 1 row up for a bit. Gets the Tetris there. 703. Sodium at 599. Only for a limited time. Tetris for Sodium, but Cole's going to have to wait a little bit. Takes the double into 23 before getting the bar for the Tetris. I'm not sure what that was. It looked like Cole thought of doing something fancy, and it went like me trying to do something fancy, and it just doesn't work. Looking for another square here, but it's not going to get it, so Cole having to do a little bit of digging. Now has a column 1 set up. There's a Tetris. Meanwhile, Sodium has a column 6 set up. Sodium will get the Tetris. Had to compromise the stack right beforehand, so has a couple of burns to make. That square is terrible. It's just going to opt to make it a delayed burn. Provided the game gives him pieces he needs, which of course it does not. The heck. Some nice solves there. 820 for Cole. 747 for Sodium. Another Tetris for Sodium. Sodium trying to get back into this. Is only back by less than a Tetris now, but also ahead in lines. And in real time, they're at 214 lines. 82,000 points is the lead for Cole. As we're barreling towards level 29. This level 28 is the last stop on the way. Cole, I don't think Cole likes this board at all. This could go wrong in so many ways. But Cole gets the pieces he needs. 962. Sodium takes the lead into 29. But Cole responds back with a Tetris. Is at 960, and here we go again. Cole's like, oh, come on, are you serious? $1,023,000 for Sodium, $1,018,000 for Cole. Those updates are trickling in slowly. That is neck and neck at 253 lines. Did you see that? It was less than 1,000 points. And Sodium's gonna top out, and Cole is good. That means Miles will be your number 8 seed. Cole Bucket will be the number 5 seed, and we'll play Neko. And Cobra is the number 6 seed, and we'll play Dan V. So we have our tournament bracket. Yes, I see what you're doing. We'll switch over to that in a moment. Miles says, oh boy, I can't wait to play Blue Scooty again. Come on, Miles, you got this. Mullen winding down here for Cole. Gets the Tetris there. Gonna try to clean this up. Maybe go set. No, nah, not gonna center well that. Let's get the bar over though. Wow. Really going hard in this last Tetris. I love it. 1,439,000 will be the final, but here's your winner. And your number 5 seed, Cole Bucket. Gonna take it home. GG's. And that means we have ourselves a bracket. There it is. Number 1 seed Meme taking on the number 8 seed Miles. Neko will be taking on Cole. Scooty will be taking on Knight. Yeah, Miles, you get Meme, not Scooty. Meme was number 1. Forgot about that. Knight plays Scooty. Dan V is going to get to play Cobra.
14 in the Premier Bowl. He's Dan V. 147 for Meme, 101 for Dan V. Still a little spicy for Dan. Trying to get this down. These are definitely both like players that well liked in the scene. Dan V does a lot of work for CTM, getting their matches up on YouTube. So always really impressive to me when a player is a very high level player and also contributes to all the work that gets done here in the community. Takes a village to keep this whole thing running. Peak saying, Meme eliminated Huff from the playoffs. She's a traitor. For real, for real. Gasp, how could you? 302 for Meme, 164 for Dan V. I'm glad that my voice could be pumped into Mari's living room right now. Mari was my co-commentator at CTWC. That was really fun. Hope to do that again. We're about halfway to 19 here. 270 for Meme, 209 for Dan B. As alluded to earlier, let me make sure that's right. The winner of this match will win the division. If Meme sweeps, the Meme will be the first overall seed in the playoffs. Both players have already clinched. Hi, Mari. How's it going? Yeah, Knocker saying, I cannot decide who to root for here. I love both these players so much. Yeah, these are all, you know, I feel like I shouldn't cheer for Flavors as a restreamer, but yeah, I find myself, as a viewer, pulling for these two a lot. A little adjustment there for Dan. Lombard Tetris. Meme up by 36,000 points. Does have a couple holes in her stack. Might allow Dan to close the gap here just a little bit. If sweep, yeah, so I talked about this with King. If Meme wins 3-1, then I think Scooty is still first overall seed. The tiebreaker list is in the general chat of CT, the CTL Discord. So here is how the tiebreakers work. Meme has quite a few lines in pocket. It is behind in real-time score now. Yeah, so first tiebreakers match wins. They would both be 7-0. So second one is game difference. They would have the same game difference. They would also have the same game. Next is head-to-head, but that doesn't apply if they're different divisions. The next one is game wins. They would have the same game wins. And the last one is strength of division. So the way strength of division is measured is that they just add up the total number of games played in the division. With the logic there is that if we had more games that weren't sweeps, if more deciders, more 3-1 games, then the players will have to have worked harder to get where they're at. So yeah. Tiebreaker is a rap battle. There we go. I don't know who would win in a rap battle. I know that Dan B is almost into 29. He's going to score, go in, 540. Meme still has 9 more lines available to her. 535. Keysman saying, Gawa, did you hear him meow? A couple misdrops from Dan. A little bit spicy here early in post. Not actually spicy. He's down pretty low, but we'll drop some pace. Meme looking to reestablish a real-time lead. About to go in, looking for the bar. She will score. She will go into 29 with a 587. And we're off and running. First post of the evening. Afternoon. Evening for Dan. Afternoon for Dan. Or Meme. $662 for Meme. $595 for Dan. Dan. Notice the, I don't know what's going on with my accent there. Guys, that's a good one. Did I say 29, 719? I keep doing that. Get confused between DAS and non-DAS games. Lombard Tetris for Dan goes up to 657, 774 for Meme. Meme now up 6 figures after that dig from Dan. I was wondering what that scraping noise was. I think that was, I can hear memes rolling from through the camera. Lombard Tetris for Dan, 746. Meme at 835. Meme still has over level of lines and pockets. You're near the... Both players are now past the midpoint of post. Hello, Jasmine. How's it going? Hello, Jasmine. We hear a roll in the living room. So cool. Nice. That is awesome. I'm glad you're all having a good time. Dan is in. It's level 26. 906, Lombard Tetris 940. Not a bad game from Dan. Looking to max before 28 or into 28. A meme. Killing it as always. It's kind of hard to grapple with, or hard to wrap your head around how consistently fantastic meme has been lately. She's maxed out. Both players have now maxed out. Close score 1038 to 1044 for Dan after that latest Tetris. But meme quite a bit of extra room before she goes into 29. Dan V looking to go in soon. One more Tetris available to him. Doesn't get that T rotated correctly. Might be kind of a bad time for it. His setup is clean. Left side a little low. Lombard Tetris going to go in with a 1087. Immediately has to start digging. Needs something to that left side. Needs a bar to that left side. That L doesn't get where it's supposed to go. And that is it. Dan tops out at 1091. Meme is good for game number 1. GG's. Let's see what Meme can do here. Lombard Tetris, she goes in with an 1152. Up pretty high. Doesn't get that square over. Yeah, not really able to do much. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Yeah, okay. That might be it, though. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Meme will take the game. GG's. Yeah, both players a little bit high on the transition. Not really getting kind of like a little mini drought there late in 28. Number 2 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Stock pie. Heard meow. Gawa meow. He's back there. He's begging for food. A J and a bar will start things off. Game number 2. Had to. Gawa's feeder broke. So I have to give him the food manually. I don't think he's very happy about it. Need to figure out what's wrong with it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Lombard Tetris for Dan. Meme will also fire off. Nice little adjustment for Dan, getting that bar all the way over. So that he can slot the S in the dependency. Pumpy Heart saying, I can tell it's Marty's setup because Meme setup does not have George Washington wearing a ukulele. What? Anyway, sad Gawa. I'll probably give him a little bit of food after this match, but this player's got some Tetris to play. 94 to 74. A little bit of a drought here. Bar is finally going to come. Not before it kind of skews Dan's board. Trying to get out of this while